Necromancy, often called black magic or sorcery, has a long and fascinating history that stretches from ancient Persia, Greece, and Rome to medieval Europe and beyond. The practice, which involves communicating with the dead, has evolved over time, but its eerie reputation persists today. The first mention of necromancy in literature appears in Homer's Odyssey, where Odysseus seeks guidance from the dead. To do so, he performs a ritual involving the sacrifice of sheep and speaks with the spirit of the prophet Tiresias, who offers warnings and prophecies. This scene sparked interest in necromancy, with people intrigued by the possibility of speaking to the deceased for insight into the future. In ancient Rome, the poet Lucan recounts the story of Sextus Pompeius, who sought out a witch named Dero to summon a dead body and learn the outcome of an impending civil war. The ritual was grisly, involving finding a corpse with intact lungs to speak through. The result was a grim prophecy, but Sextus went ahead with his doomed battle anyway. Such stories highlight the danger and moral ambiguity surrounding necromancy. Necromantic rituals were elaborate and often grotesque. They typically took place in desolate locations like graveyards and involved talismans, magic circles, and candles. Necromancers might wear the clothing of the deceased, or even mutilate the corpse to hasten its return to life. According to tradition, the corpse had to have died within a year for a successful summoning. Otherwise, only the spirit would appear. Once summoned, the dead would provide answers, and their bodies were often laid to rest again to prevent further reanimation. Throughout history, necromancy was often linked with black magic, especially during the Middle Ages, when some clerics practiced it in secret. They believed that communicating with the dead could help them find missing items, solve crimes, or even predict the future. However, the Christian Church condemned the practice, claiming it defied divine authority, despite the biblical resurrection of Jesus. Rituals varied by culture, but the atmosphere was always dark and contemplative, often conducted at midnight during stormy weather. Magic circles, potent herbs like hemlock and mandrake, and dim lighting were used to set the stage for communication with the deceased. Today, modern necromancy practices are more focused on spiritual guidance than reanimating corpses. In Brazil, the religion of Quimbanda involves calling upon different spirits for assistance, with female spirits known as paga and male spirits called exus, each serving specific purposes. Contemporary necromancers may also use practices like bone throwing to predict the future or connect with the energy of the dead. While the ancient rituals have faded, the fascination with speaking to the deceased continues in popular culture, with many modern-day practitioners claiming to communicate with spirits, often seen on TV. Would you try to contact the dead? The practice may have evolved, but its eerie allure remains.